a lot of people have always assumed like, gosh, well, Nicole, did you not have kids because you couldn't, or did you not have kids because you were having fertility challenges? Because at the time that I became an adoptive mother, at least when I met the girls, I'd been married for 7 years. And the truth is, and I'll say it out loud now, is, I think part of it is I didn't have kids because I knew that something in my marriage wasn't in alignment. It's hard to say out loud. I don't think I've ever said that anywhere, but I think that's part of it. Was I just was I knew there were things in my marriage that weren't supportive of the household I would want for raising an infant. I was always a little bit worried about the workload balance. I was always worried about support. I was always worried about whether or not financially I'd be able to, because obviously I didn't have, everything that I have now financially. And I just was really nervous about what it would mean to take on that task. And I know that a lot of women can probably relate to that. I sadly, where maybe you pushed some of your dreams aside because you weren't sure about your partnership and you didn't even realize you were doing it. But I always knew I wanted to be a mom. That was something that was without question. I found a a letter that I wrote to myself. It was a school assignment when I was in class in Mr. Duncan Kriebel's class, RIP, loved him. And the assignment was, what makes you who you are? What do you want to be in the future? And I was in 10th grade and I wrote, I want to be known for doing good. I want to be a mom. I want to change the world. I want to be someone who is inspiring and gives back. And I want to make sure that, I help my friends be successful. I mean, like this was who I was in 10th grade. So it's just like, I'm such a nerd. But, being a mom was part of that list because I said, I want to be a mom because I love kids. And I, it's crazy because when you're in a partnership that, or maybe, I mean, we're having a whole therapy moment right now as I reflect on it, out loud. This is how you're always going to catch me. But, maybe I love kids so much that I knew that that wasn't what I wanted to do or who I wanted to do it with. Oop, truth moment. Or maybe it was that, I just changed, when you're in a marriage that isn't as fulfilling, of everything you think you need. Or if you're in a partnership or even a job or, anything that isn't fulfilling what you need, sometimes you try to adapt what you want to fit your circumstances. And I think that might have been a little bit of what I was doing. I, was blessed to have these kids come into my world, but they came into my world unexpectedly. It wasn't planned. And I'd always been the super auntie. I'd always been the mentor. I'd always been the, big brother, big sister. That was something I'd always done. And that's what I thought it was going to be with my girls. And again, in my book, I talk about that journey step by step by step. But, I really did kind of push down, like, I'll have kids later. I'll have kids later. I wasn't even going to consider having children until 35, was kind of what I thought maybe, and maybe just one, because I knew that was something I wanted to do, but I just wasn't sure if my partner was going to be ready for that.